Define soft life.
Soft life is ease. A nice, easy life, like everything's being taken care of. If I want to work, I can, but I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's being presented to me to receive.
When I hear women talk about soft life, I oftentimes get disgusted because it just seems like they don't want, you don't want to be a teammate. You don't want to be a partner. You want to be a companion. Like, you know what I'm saying? A companion, like you just here to kick it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done did everything. So I done took all the risks. I done made all the investment and you want to eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if we were, because you have business, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like if you would let me partner in your business where you pay for everything, you take all the risk. And then I'm like, yeah, but when you hit though, it's ours. It's ours.
And you live
I
your
think
soft
people look
life.
at me crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just that proposition, like that proposal to me be like, yeah, I want a soft life.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand why any man would look at that and be like, cool.
Well, I've
Like,
experienced,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then how you making my life soft? Or am I supposed to have the hard life so you can have the soft life?
Down when they made that girl on
You see that shit?
Yeah, they got real quiet. They got real quiet then, boy.
I got that one, bro. Hey,
They got real quiet. With no more tea out, they weren't talking about that. All of them got quiet. They got quiet.
They got way more
They don't play no
skeletons
more with no tea. They clock it. Ain't no clock it in. They took the watches off. You heard me?
They run out of tea, bro. They run out of tea, bro. Ain't nothing to talk about no more.
Hell nah. And it was fun when the rabbit got the.
Hey, we got a lot to say, bro. We got a lot to say. You don't want to play that game. Hey, you don't want to play that game with me. Nah, we got a lot to say.
Whole bunch of baby mamas and wives start getting exposed. Hey, man, them folk like this, man. Look, this shit. It's over.
It's over. Hey, I don't want no
It's
problem.
over. They called out. Hey, man, see the girl y'all took. Y'all did. I know y'all did.
Hey, y'all tried.
Yeah.
Y'all tried.
Y'all got real quiet.
Niggas be having
I had really
receipts
forgot
of
about
videos
that.
and shit. And I be like, all right, that's what we doing?
That's what we doing.
Okay.
Don't want to do that.
Do not need men. They are an added bonus and fun in our life.
I love men. We need men. Only men can be fathers. They are irreplaceable. Thank you for being willing to risk your life and even sacrifice your life for other people. I think women, we're used to saying, you know, we love mothers, we need women. All of that is true. And we shouldn't be afraid to express that same gratitude and respect for men, because men, we need you and we appreciate you.
I think that's like coming from like a lot of women that are unhealed.
Because men are creepy and scary.
They've kind of like chosen like the bad boy image first.
I found, I'm going to say, the love of my life in Nashville.
And thinking that it would work out to being like the guy of their dreams.
And he was about to get married to a girl and all was good.
And then they're unhealed, so they're going to say, yeah, I'm choosing the bear over a guy.
Bear or a man?
A bear. And I feel like a bear would let me go.
Do you think feminism has made dating better or worse for women?
I think it's made it better for women.
In what ways?
That we realize what our worth is and that we shouldn't just take like the bare minimum as acceptable.
What do you mean by the bare minimum?
Oh, he doesn't cheat on me, or he says, he compliments me sometimes. It's like, oh, okay, I'll stay with him. Well, just because a man's like loyal or says a couple nice things or does a couple nice things for you every once in a while, that doesn't mean that you should expect more. You should be treated well, and I don't know, just get better for yourself.
So before feminism became very popular, women were having like 5+ children per woman, and nowadays in most countries it's at the point where we're all going to go extinct if we keep it this way. How has dating gotten better by that standard?
It's a tough question, but I feel like it would have to go back to women now value more things than starting a family and having a big family. It's definitely a big thing for a lot of people, and most people still want that for themselves, but they value maybe getting a career first and getting on their feet. Another reason why I haven't gotten married yet is I don't have a good career yet. I haven't finished college.
The I'm the prize mentality has absolutely corroded Gen Z dating culture. Both people on the feminist side of the argument and red pill side of the argument keep taking this individualistic look at partnership, only focusing on, well, men should do this, women should do that, this is the type of partner that I deserve, and then not actually taking the accountability to look inward and say, okay, what would that kind of partner want from me? Take Myron Gaines, for example, talking about how he wants a submissive woman. You know, he makes all this money, he wants a girl who's going to be physically attractive and is going to do labor and is going to want to raise kids and do all this. But then he doesn't believe in monogamy. And that type of submissive woman is usually pretty traditional and is going to want a monogamous relationship. On the other side, there's a lot of women who do not understand what feminism actually is going towards. And that is removing the infantilization of women and going towards a more egalitarian society. Thus wanting to place patriarchal expectations on men of being able to provide, make more money than you. You can't have your cake and eat it too. At the end of the day, if you're dating, the prize is the partner that you're gonna get. Thus, if you're going to raise your standards, you're going to have to raise yourself up to them too. And considering what that type of partner would expect from you. A happy, healthy, fruitful relationship with a person that you desire is the prize. And so it's far more important for both sides to say, okay, this is the type of person I want. What do I have to emulate in myself to be able to get that type of partner? I think once we refocus the lens and remember that the prize is the relationship itself, not one partner or the other, Gen Z will be able to have a lot more healthy, happy relationships.
The future is looking very doomy and gloomy, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Now, we just had a dope discussion highlighting how a lot of the older men are opting out of dating and choosing to be single. But what about the young men out here? I'm starting to see a lot of the young men that are on the right path even say, I'm done with relationships. I'm done with trying to pursue something solid and secure with a woman. Like, that is so terribly bad. Because these are the young men that we need to help build the future generations to come. These are the young men who would make great husbands, great fathers, so on and so forth, that are like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. I've seen too much. A lot of them themselves have even been through too much. And that just breaks my heart. And here's the thing. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I gotta say this. Here's the thing. Ladies, there is something very telling about our behaviors and the things that we have done to these men, to where we are starting to see a lot of the young men and men in general that we actually need turn their backs. The men who not too long ago would take a chance on you. They were the ones giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what? Let me try to show you better. Let me try to give you better. And maybe that will help you out to maybe inspire you to change. But that's not happening anymore.
Stop approaching women you know you cannot afford. You already see the woman's lifestyle. You see how she living.
So if she's already living that lifestyle all on her own, what exactly is the issue?
You know you can't afford it. Now when she asks you for money to upkeep the lifestyle that she's already living.
Wait. What exactly are these women in these scenarios doing? Why would they be asking men for money in the first place? I thought these women were strong and independent and could do things all on their own. And obviously they've been maintaining their lifestyles beforehand. But yet they would ask men for money while they're dating. That's rather giving the impression that some women aren't as strong and independent as they want everyone else to think that they are. It's either that or they just view men as walking ATMs. So which one is it?
You want to get an attitude. Go be with your type. She's not your type.
Right. They should be with their type, shouldn't they? The type of women that actually want a relationship and don't view men as just a means to an end.
I don't believe that women are taught how to treat men, right? I think, and I don't think
that's
men,
a fact.
I don't think all men are good at treating women how they should be treated, but we're still more aware of how women are supposed to be treated. Whether we sign on to that or not, you're supposed to treat a woman with respect. You talk to her this way, like some like, man, fuck that. Like, but we're still more aware. I think
100%.
Men are taught how to treat women, and women are taught how to be treated.
Yep.
And then you got,
I said this on my last episode.
you know what I'm saying? And
I
then you
literally
got men
said
like,
this. Yeah.
hold up.
Yep.
Men are a specific thing. We are a creature.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's worth putting more of that into the conversation because
Very real.
it just raises awareness on the part of the woman, like on how to create balance. You know?
And I think Chase is right, man. When you talk about, and I think this is what most men hear when they talk about, oh, you know, I want a soft life. Soft is meaning that I'm not doing a whole bunch of work. So, you know, if there's a proverb saying if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat, I guess the man is going to be the only one working. Because if you're having a soft life and you're not really doing much, then you're not working. You're just kind of lounging around and relaxing. And I think going back to that proverb, that's the issue that men are having with modern women. They don't want to work. They don't want to put in the energy, the effort, the time. They just want to complain about what men aren't doing for them and how men could get better at appealing to them. And all of it is work for me. Submit to me. You know, well, I just want a man to be kind. And being kind means me working for you. Me doing whatever you want me to do. Whenever you want me to do it, whenever you feel like I should be doing it. And I'm not doing that. If I'm going to do that for you, you have to do that for me. And that doesn't make me sassy.
I don't recommend chasing women for longer than how she acts interested. You know, if she's not acting interested in you, move on. Move on. That's the thing. Because our mind games that we play, we do it to ourselves. You know, we can actually be interested in a guy and we can chase him away. You know what I mean? We can make him run away because we're playing this mind game with him when we could just tell him straight up we're interested. Respecting the chase, respecting the guy. But no, we never respect it. We actually respect a man who is not focused on us. And that's hard. You know, that's hard for a man to not be focused on women because, I mean, we're attractive, right? We attract men and we just take advantage of it. We expect the chase all the freaking time, even if, you know, even if we're not looking for it. It's crazy.
Men don't really have a say in who gets picked.
Well, that's just amazing. Amazing that some individuals actually have convinced themselves of that and are trying really hard to convince other women of that. But gentlemen, just in case you didn't hear them the first time, apparently you have no choice in who chooses you to be in a relationship with. You are the real pick-me's.
And they never really did. They had to force it to be that way. So always remember that. At the end of the day, the right type of man will want to be picked.
The worst part about this is there's a lot of individuals that have actually convinced themselves of this type of nonsense. That is because a lot of women out there continue to view themselves as the prize in the relationship, when it couldn't be further from the truth. It is neither the man nor the woman that is the prize in the relationship. It is the relationship itself that is the prize. And until a lot of individuals actually wrap their minds around that concept, many of their relationships are going to continue to fail.
Bitter pill that a lot of guys have to understand is that women do not typically want conventionally masculine men until they are old. You have to understand this. What women chase in their younger years is chaos. So this is why women oftentimes are most aroused by guys who are constantly up and down in their emotional state. The behavior is erratic. There's no sense of stability. Maybe he's out running around on the streets or partying or whatever. Okay, and these are the men that she's going to choose to sleep with through all of her 20s and probably a good part of her 30s. Okay, your conventionally masculine traits that should be rewarded, like discipline, dedication, hard work, good at making money, honest, would be a good family man. She will not value these things until she is old, because now she's looking at her sense of security for the long term. You have to understand that she does not care about what you want.
The men of LA don't approach women, and I refuse. I will not approach a man.
No.
I'll literally make you so uncomfortable that it gets to the point where you have to say something to me because you have become you know what a little bitch you are right now. Like I've been in the same room as you for 45 minutes and you keep looking over at me and you think I'm going to say something to you. And you're looking at me, talking to other people, having fun. You're going to have to approach me. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with it. And somebody told me that, like, yeah, the guys here literally say that they prefer when a woman approaches them. I'm like, not in New York.
I've met very attractive men that they literally, the only girls they've ever dated approach them. I was
Disgusting.
Like, what? I was like, you're an attractive man too, tall, whatever. I'm like, how do you not just, you could easily just go hi. Like, you don't have to
Literally, you could just be like, hi. They can't.
Do you think men and women can be just friends?
Me being single has made me observe and experience platonic relationships with my male friends. My male friends are all in relationships.
Yeah, in a proper relationship.
And we're still friends. I've met the girlfriends. It doesn't change the dynamic because he's secure, she's secure, I'm secure. 3 secure people doesn't end up in a threesome because in LV's head, a lot of things turn nasty.
Yeah.
But over here, it's
30?
separate, it's platonic, and it's right.
Next. All right, boom. So you got male friends, right? Mm-hmm. Can you get your phone out?
LV, do you have a question that you would like her to ask this male friend when she calls?
Just say, like, you know, just talk casual, innit? Like, we've been friends for a while and that. Considering it's a long time friend you're calling, yes?
We've been friends for 9 years. Okay, brilliant. Okay, let's go. Yo, Kat, how are ya?
I'm good, still. How are you?
I'm good, man. You chilling?
I'm chilling.
So what?
How are you?
I'm good, man. So what? You can talk for like 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. In the week, because obviously it's summer holiday and that. Do you want to go on a date?
Do I want to go on a date?
Yeah.
Like what kind of a date?
Like a date?
Like you wanna eat food?
No, not eat food. Like go on a date.
Go on a date?
Yeah.
Like a romantic?
Yeah, type beat.
Is it? Do you like me in a romantic way?
Possibly.
Possibly?
Yeah.
Is that a yes or a no?
It's a yes.
Okay, fine.
Told you! I told you! I told you! That's why I asked the question.
Okay, genuine question for those that say that women should go 50-50 in a relationship with a man because it's the 21st century and we're equals now. Do you think that women fought for the right to have our own money, have our own bank accounts, have our own property, just to turn around and give that to a man, to the same people that were fighting us on it, that were like, no, you're not equal. Oh man, I wish you could have a bank account, but you're just not equal. You're not equal to us.
If guys wanted to take away your rights, they would do it. They're stronger. They would just take it away. This is not, guys didn't fight you and you fought them and won and got these things. That's not how it worked.
The time I realized that other cultures kind of get this, I need you to hear me. Other cultures tend to get this. And when I say other cultures, I'm talking about white culture, Indian culture. I'm talking about other cultures other than African Americans. And a lot of the time what happens is you're mistaking the playboy for a husband and you're trying to marry a playboy instead of marrying a husband. And that's, a lot of women don't realize this. A lot of women don't realize this. And this is why you continue to have such horrible dating experiences. Because you could be sitting there ignoring the husband material, ignoring the man that is already put you in his forever category. A man will sleep with you, hang out with you, Netflix and chill with you, and you are not his type at all, but he enjoys your company, he enjoys the fun. And now as a woman, you've put this type of man into the husband material. They looked at the playboy and said, he just wasn't the one, he wasn't faithful, he wasn't ready to settle down. But Rebecca, as a matchmaker, I want you to find me the man who looks like Mr. Playboy, who wants to be loyal and faithful to me and committed to me. and find me my husband, but I want him to look like Mr. Playboy and act like
on my wedding day, okay?
Oh.
On my actual wedding day, a woman hit me up saying something along the lines of, hey girl, I don't know you, but you seem really sweet and I just wanted to share this with you. Me and Brock, we never met up before, but I just wanted you to know this. Sent me a screenshot of their conversation, which was one page, by the way, one screenshot from 2024 of him being like, she's like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. He's like, oh, I'm in Houston. He's like, oh, I'm in Atlanta. And her being like, oh, well, my friend lives there. And he's like, maybe we can hook up. Do you think I'm upset about my man shooting his shot in any female's DMs before me? And to send that to me on my wedding day? Like, what do you actually think that you're helping? It took you this long that on my wedding day, which has been broadcast, by the way, for months, that our wedding day was February 15th. And you waited until February 15th to send me that. Now, maybe she was a girl's girl, and she really felt like she was helping. And it was the first time in 8 months that she even logged on to Instagram. And maybe she was a female that's projecting her own wound of not being chosen. I don't know. Nor do I care. But the truth is, a lot of times, what do they say? Misery loves company. They want to project that same negative everything to them.
Yeah, that's insane. Why would you do that?
There's a lot of reasons. It's the same reason why people create fake profiles and message me all the time. It's the same reason why on one of our episodes, somebody created their fake profiles and followed both of my pages talking about XYZ, blah, 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 blah. This is what people do. And it's okay. It's okay. It don't have nothing to do with me, and I'm not swayed by it. Some women are so wounded that actually what they're doing is projecting their own trauma. And sometimes women actually do come from a nice place and they think that they're helping.
You know, Danica was talking about how both young men and older men are done with relationships. And one thing she said is men are done trying to pursue something solid and stable. And I think, you know, I don't even think that's it. Men want something solid and stable. It's just that men are not getting something that's solid and stable. That's the problem. I'm not getting something that's solid, stable. It has some substance to it. All these women want is a man to pay for their hair and their nails. They want the man to pay their rent. They want the man to pay for their groceries, trips out of town, this bag over here, this and that, and many different things. And men are like, I don't even know you. We don't even have any, we don't even know each other like that. We haven't even been in the same space. And you're already asking me to pay for your hair and your nails. You're already asking, we haven't even met. And you're already asking me to pay for a babysitter. Oh, well, you know, what's it going to be? $100? What? So I have to pay $100 for the babysitter. I have to pay, what, 50? Let's say $50. Let's hope it's $50 for your Uber. And that's one way. $50 for your Uber. So that'd be $100. That's $200 even before we get to the dinner. And then I have to pay for the dinner. You don't want no cheap dinner. So let's say I get off the hook with $250. That's $450 I've blown in a night. I've blown, and then you want a present. You want a little gift. So I bought her some roses that cost about $25. You know, got them from this, you know, this stand over here. So about $25. They're really probably going to run you about, if you go into a flower shop, they're probably going to run you $30, $40. But let's say $25. So you're looking at what, $450, $475 now? It's possible that by the end of everything, you're looking at $500. And this is the first time you're meeting that person. I don't care how much y'all done talked. I don't care how much y'all done whatever you done. $500 on the first link for the average everyday man is crazy. That's crazy. And I understand if you have a millionaire or somebody making a lot of money that don't mind doing that, because, you know, they got the money to do that, right? And, you know, it just is what it is. But that's where most of y'all fall, in that category of normal, everyday, regular, average. That's where y'all are. Y'all are just trying to date out your league.
Sassy male apocalypse is really funny until we need to find husbands. Only 1 in 3 men under the age of 30 are in a relationship, whereas 2 in 3 women are in a relationship. How is this possible? Women are dating older. If you have 50 men on Tinder and 50 women on Tinder, 46 of the women will give all of their attention to 4 men. On Tinder, a man of average attractiveness has to swipe 200 times to get one swipe back for coffee. And if the coffee date happens, 4 out of 5 of those said coffees will ghost him. The men who are rejected at that rate indulge in more misogynistic content online and pornography. I begin to think about my brothers or my future sons. And the reality, the current situation is men are not doing well. And who wants economically and emotionally viable men the most? Women.
What's crazy to me is that this difference between what young women experience and what young men experience in dating and in relationships today is that it's just skimmed over. It's like, oh, we both have it really bad. And yeah, men have it worse, a little worse. But guys, let's be real. Just based on these statistics alone, men have it way worse than women when it comes to dating. In general, I don't think that people, especially young women, do a good job at putting themselves in young men's shoes. Because what I've seen is that there is a total lack of empathy when it comes to this issue. For example, when the loneliness epidemic was first being talked about in young men, women bashed men. They blamed men for the issue. And then women wonder why they can't find a good husband. Well, it's because when they were younger, in their 20s, and they were going through this, they just decided to stay single and build their empire.
I don't think women understand that men don't want to provide for the woman who says, oh, I deserve it. Oh, as he should. No. Men want to provide for the woman who says, thank you so much. Thank you. You really changed my life. You really, make my life easier. Thank you. I want to make your life easier in a lot of ways, too. It should be this mutual respect for one another, because a man is not going to be respected when you're saying, oh, as he should. As he should. He should give me that. It's so damaging to relationships nowadays. But that's just my opinion.
And as a divorce lawyer, I can tell you that women are not divorcing men because they're bored or ungrateful. They're divorcing because they're tired of doing everything.
Tired of doing everything? That's the story women tell themselves. I've handled over 2,000 divorce cases. I've heard this exact narrative hundreds of times. Women don't file because they're doing everything. They file because they've been building a case in their head for years. She told her friends, told her therapist, told everyone except the one person who needed to hear it, him. By the time she files, she's already the victim in a story he didn't even know was being written.
How many men have stayed in relationships where they're constantly being rejected by their partner? How many men have stayed in sexless relationships? How many men have tried to fix relationships and initiate intimacy and still get rejected? The amount of women on this app that openly acknowledge that they intentionally didn't give sex or intimacy to their husbands, but they can't understand why they're divorced, is crazy to me. But these same women, now that they're single, are on the internet talking about, oh my God, I hope he doesn't introduce me to a vibe he can't maintain. Meanwhile, the vibe that they can't maintain is the fact that when they get in relationships with men, they want to start out having sex 6 times a day, but then as time goes on, it's 3 times a day, or it's way less than that, maybe once a month.
I have absolutely no interest in having with my husband at all. And I'm kind of at a point where I don't really know what to do about it, because I know, while I may not need it, I know he needs it. And it's getting very challenging for me because I'm just kind of in this, please don't touch me. I don't want to be touched. And I want to have,
of course,
but I don't.
Excellent. I imagine you're not telling a whole bunch of people that. Is that fair?
No, I think I've mentioned it to 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
One agreed with me and one was like, what are you talking about?
So I had an epiphany when my husband told me that he can't turn off his drive no matter what. It doesn't matter if he is, having a hard day, if he's tired, if the kids are going crazy, no matter what is going on, he can't just turn it off, right? And that's the way he emotionally connects with me. And so for me to turn it off, because my day hasn't gone perfect, because I'm tired and I'm overwhelmed. Now, hear me out. It doesn't mean that it makes things easier, but it's not fair for me to say, well, my mood isn't perfect. My outfit isn't perfect. you know, everything didn't go as planned. I had a hard day. I'm a little tired. So you know what? I'm just going to take the one thing that's the most important thing to you, and I'm just not even going to bother with it. It's kind of being like conditional, right? And it's like, sometimes I think we're so hard on our spouses because we want them to perform and act and be perfect, and then we'll, you know, show them our best. We want to be treated with love on those hard days. We need extra comfort. We need extra comfort in things. I think they need the same thing.
I think that for many black men, more than we're willing to admit, the women that will get on their program, the women that will submit, the women that will do all the things that Trill talked about, they ain't here. Okay? Bottom line, they're not here. Are you willing to move? Now, let me say this about our brother Trill. I remember like it was yesterday. This is when I was over on YouTube. I remember like it was yesterday. Trill had some choice words to say about the passport bro, and they weren't very nice. As a matter of fact, the things he said about the passport bro were rather mean. And I just thought about that because my thinking is this. I want brothers to be happy wherever that takes them, man. See, some brothers are going to be happy, but it's not going to be in black America. And I'm okay with that. See, there are a lot of black people, let's be clear, black women and black men. There are black people that can't abide by brothers being happy if it don't include black America.
Me and Mr. Spider was having a conversation, and we were talking about what's the end of the relationship for you, and for him it's cheating, and for me it's...
Excuse me, you can ask him the question. It's a question.
That's the end of the relationship for you.
So, like I said, like we were talking before, I think everybody needs to have that one button you press, that's it. You can work on anything and everything. You're always going to be able to do something to me no matter what, and I'm always going to forgive it because I'm going to think that, you know, there's just no line, and then you're going to disrespect me consistently, and then you're going to eventually find somebody that will press that button when it's time. For me, if you sleep with another man enters you, that's it.
Facts.
That ugly money.
What if she bring 80?
No!
That ugly money.
He said no!
That ugly money.
That's not the end.
No, yes it is for him. He just said as you asked him.
That ugly money.
You asked him the question, he answered it. That's how it works.
That ugly money.
What if she bring 80% of to the table? You gonna let all of that go for cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah!
That ugly money.
Men are weak.
That ugly money. Are we?
Some women are hoes.
That ugly money.
If she says she's only been with 4 or 5 guys, just triple that number. And remember, it's probably more than that, okay? But she swears she never cheated. Yeah, but in her mind, it just means that she didn't get railed behind your back. She conveniently blanks out all the emotional cheating that happened, the flirty text, the we're just friends with dudes that she was probably way too close with. And let's be real, the physical, it probably happened too, okay? But why? Why do girls do this? Straight fear, my darling. Straight fear. They know you guys judge body count hard. They know if they give the real number, it will kill the attraction. Make you question if she's actually loyal or wonder if she's wife material at all. So instead of honesty, they'll soften it, downplay the out of it, and leave out huge chunks. And it's not always because they're just evil liars. No, a lot of the time it's just insecurity, shame, or maybe panic about getting rejected. But honestly, that downplaying their past is still manipulation. They're still controlling the narrative so they look better in your eyes. That's exactly why so many dudes end up blindsided later. It's because they never got the full truth since day one. If her stories don't add up with how she acts, and if the details keep changing every time you ask, then you need to pay attention, because patterns never lie.
You know, when they're saying that men who get rejected by these women, right? Because, you know, I think she said, essentially, when you get on dating apps, most of the time, these women will go for the same men. So that leaves the other men to kind of fend for themselves. If you have, 10 10 guys and you're only going for 2 of the 10, you still have the middle of the pack, and then you still have the bottom of the pack, right? Modern women are not even investigating the middle of the pack. They're just looking at that top 2. Why is nobody investigating the middle of the pack? That's what men keep on asking. We understand you don't want a guy that's a bum. We understand you don't want a guy that will do you harm. That's the bottom of the pack. But what we don't understand is why you won't invest in or look at or even consider the normal, average, everyday man. Well, I want this and I'm not settling. How are you settling? How are you number one, number two, let's say you got that man that's top tier, that's top 1 or 2, and you're middle of the pack. How is he not settling? So you're okay with a man not getting what his value is. You're okay with a man dating down, but you don't want to date down? Huh?
Women can have sex just like men. This right here is the most dangerous lie that feminism has sold to millions of women. Feminism is always aiming for equality for women, and in many ways they have achieved that. They secured the right to vote, to have financial freedom, as well as the right to work. But as the battles have been won and equality has been achieved, the fervor for more equality has blinded them, where even inequalities that are biologically built in now need to be destroyed. This inequality is most apparent when it comes to sex is not the same for men and women, and it never can be because of the risks attached for each gender. Pregnancy, assault, and even getting are all real possibilities because at the end of the day, men are just stronger and more aggressive. And it's really hard to tell whether a man is going to honor you and take care of you because he's a good man versus a man who's just pretending to be a good man in order to have access to you. Previous generations solved this issue by recognizing as something very sacred because it has the power to create life. So they treated a woman's body and trust as and relegated this union between man and woman to marriage. Why? Because marriage offered a whole bunch of security that a casual encounter just couldn't. There was safety in the contract of marriage. The man was legally bound to his wife as well as to his children and had the societal and financial responsibility for them. This gatekeeping of was really effective because it forced men to have to work for that privilege through marriage. They had to prove to be worthy of a woman, to be worthy of someone's daughter. They had to be financially responsible, have a good reputation in their society, and show a willingness to step up to those responsibilities. Now, of course, there were instances of just terrible men pretending to fit the bill, but overall, the system worked really well in protecting women, but more importantly, forcing men to grow up. Now, fast forward to today, where in our society, one of the biggest problems that we're facing is that men seem to be caught up in this perpetual arrested development. Even well into their 40s and 50s, there are these instances of adult toddlers, and cities like San Francisco and New York have turned into Neverland, where people really just don't have to grow up. The combination of dating apps as well as the proliferation of hookup culture has ended that noble act of men courting women, and honestly turned into a commodity. They have reduced down to a meaningless act. The push to have sex like men was aimed to empower women, to help them claim their sexuality and throw off societal expectations. But has it actually helped women? Aimed at freeing women, the revolution has actually freed men to use women, all while telling women to feel empowered by being disposable.
Study out today that says women become unhappy as they get older. Well, the flip side, men get happier as life goes on. Now, the researchers, a couple of economists, by the way, they say it happens when we each turn 48. And of the major factors coming down, it's all about money. Now, what's that all about? We're going to debate it. Mark Rudolph is a no-nonsense man, and Tracy Burns, our Fox Business reporter, joins me to tell us what's really going on.
First of all, this study was conducted by mostly men. And when men conduct anything, they talk about their finances because men judge themselves by the size of their wallet. Toys, dare I say. So, you put all your toys together in a parking lot and it makes you happy. If they were to ask other questions in this study about spirituality, about the other aspects of our lives, that women would have taken over. I mean, first of all, a woman hits her prime at 35. Things get much better for us.
Hey, I'm 35. This is good for me. All right, Mark, all right, go, because I know you're going to go.
I was on the radio 2 weeks ago in Greensboro, North Carolina, and the host related a story. He overheard his son and daughter talking. So brother goes to sister and says, how come you always have money and I don't? And she says, that's simple. I have a boyfriend and you have a girlfriend. Boys are taught that they're supposed to make women happy.
No, he's actually living in the dark ages.
There's that.
I'm not living in the dark ages. This is reality. And if either of you women has ever dated women, you would know what I'm talking about. What's happening in middle age here is that women who bring 70% of divorces are divorcing the men that they never wanted to marry to begin with. And so now that's what's making the men happy.
There's a reason that women live longer, Mark. Let me tell you. It is because we are stronger and we are happier at the end of the day than most men. And that is factual, and you know it.
When men are married to women who scream like you, they just want it sooner.
I'm not screaming.
When you have women going around,
you're divorced.
Tracy,
She left you. Let's put that on the table if you want to play this game.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault.
Mark,
Everybody has to make himself or herself
You're
happy.
giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who bragged that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
I have 3 children.
Okay, Mark.
You know what?
So, but you don't need a man's money.
These moments of insecurity when I'm dating because I have 5 kids, you know?
I think someone's dating preference should be based on their actual production, not what they feel like they deserve. Few discretion advised.
And then when I start dating and getting on the app, I realize that my children actually aren't the problem. And that I shouldn't be insecure because I have children. Because honestly, I deserve so much better than what these dating apps have to offer. And I deserve so much better than the men that I'm surrounded by that I refuse.
Man, let me be the first to tell you, you are well within your right to refuse to date anybody. You don't have to have a partner. You could stay alone with your 5 kids. That is very true. My separation with what this woman is saying is that she said that she deserves it. How do you know you deserve it? What have you accomplished in your life to make you say, I deserve this? Because if that's the case, then everybody deserves who they think they should have. So those men that you deem to be not worth your time, what if they felt as if they deserved you? I'm sure you would say, well, don't give what you think or what you feel. I don't want you back. And for the record, ma'am, those insecurities exist because you know just as well as we do that 5 kids is a lot to deal with.
And like some men will be like, oh, like you should feel thankful that a guy looks in your direction because you have 5 kids. Your mom raised you wrong, and I would rather be alone with a goldfish than to settle for a man like you.
Ma'am, you are in fact lying. You are not willing to just settle with a goldfish and your 5 kids, because if you were, you would have done it already. The men that you deem to be valuable are not checking for you in any way, shape, or form, because if they were, you would not be making this video. Now, although I don't agree that you're lucky that a man even looked at you because you have 5 kids, I think everybody deserves some kind of love as long as you're a decent person that is prepared to be in a healthy, functioning relationship. The part where it typically gets shaky for us is when you start to say what you deserve instead of what you actually produce. And trying to ignore the fact that 5 kids is a lot to deal with. Let's be realistic here. When you were single with no kids, I'm sure you were not giving any man with 5 children a shot. I wonder why that is. You probably didn't even allow those type of men to breathe the same air as you, but now all of a sudden the rules are supposed to change because you got 5 kids now? It's not how this works.
Baby, no. I don't care. 5 kids and all. I don't care. I'm not settling. I refuse. I deserve a man in finance, 6'5", trust fund, blue eyes as well. You know what I mean?
You deserve a man in finance, 6'5", trust fund with blue eyes. Sweetheart, where the f*** did you find these standards? How do you acquire this after not being able to obtain that in the first place? The delusion on some of y'all just is so far out of reach. What? And to think that she said she deserves that. There'd be one question, man, one question only. Why didn't you just go get that man before you had your 5 kids? When did you realize that's what you deserved? How does one increase their dating standards after their dating market value decreases? Who the f is doing the math here? But you know what? In some of y'all, delusion logic would never exist. And I'm sure you're never going to listen to anything that I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, I keep the change.
Wow. And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in. Yes.
I may or may not have shed a tear yesterday, okay? This lady put something into perspective for me, and I learned so much about women, and women, there's something you can learn about men. She talks about both parties. I don't know where this lady has been hiding this entire time. I've watched 30 of her videos. Listen to this.
We interrupt them
to get the feeling of connection back. Hi, honey. Text. We call. We open the home office door. Hi, honey. Hi. If they even lift their head. And then we went to get connection, and our attempt to connect was rejected. And now I'm even less safe than I was before. He's mad at me?
No, he's mean.
Is he mad? He's mean, or is he mad at me? Or why didn't he look up? Was it because of what I said to him this one? And we spin out. We spin out trying to figure out the why. But we don't come up with accurate answers because we answer our why questions with why a woman would have done that.
Wow. And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in.
Yes.
Because we think they're reacting the way we would have, or that bad best friend that hurt us, or whatever, that woman that, whatever. And it's not even
just
the male.
And he was talking about, and it's not just Trill. It's a lot of, men and women that are, dogging out passport bros. Oh, he can't do this and he can't do that, or, he's probably this and he's failed attempt at that, and whatever you want to say. If that man goes overseas and finds a woman, oh, well, she ain't really gonna like you. She's gonna be looking for this, and this. And then what if he goes over there and then she actually likes him for who he is? Then what? Then what? What if that man says, what I was doing in the US wasn't working, so I went over here and I found somebody who was on my page. They were trying to do the same things that I was doing. Might be a little bit of a language barrier, but if we are willing to work through that, what could we do for each other? We are so dedicated to each other that, hey, I decide to learn a language so that I can communicate with you, and vice versa, because there is something. Why is that not a love story? Two people from opposite ends of the world that might grow up in different worlds, different perspectives, different cultures, coming together, don't even speak the same language, learning the same language to connect as lovers. Why is that not a story why is that not a book? Why is that not a movie being made? Oh, wait, because you have bitter modern women that don't like that. They wouldn't be included in a story like that because it's not about a boss babe getting the top high dog, the top high value man.